Okay, so you've probably been wondering why I haven't been making any videos lately. Okay, so here's the thing. A while back, I was driving trucks for Werner Enterprises, but unfortunately, I was fired. The reason why is because, well, actually, there's three reasons. The first reason is I was trying to parallel park the truck and the trailer in front of my house. And even though I succeeded, the trailer knocked over a baby tree that the city insists on planting in front of every single street in this area. So yeah, that also damaged the trailer a little bit. The second reason I was fired was I took this exact same trailer to a Family Dollar grocery store because I was making a delivery there. And I was pretty close to the building, and they told me that it wasn't close enough. They needed me to back up closer. They said a couple more feet. So I backed up and counted 1, 2 feet, and then I stopped. But by the time I stopped, the back of the trailer hit the back door of the store and bent the door. So yeah, property damage. That's another reason why I got fired. The third reason... The third reason I got fired is because, let's see, what was that reason? Oh yeah, I was making a delivery to a Family Dollar store in New Britain, Connecticut, and I hit a tree branch, which damaged the trailer a little bit. And 3 accidents gets you fired from most jobs at a trucking company. 1 accident increases your chances of getting fired and makes it impossible to get hired by another company. 2 accidents greatly increases your chances of getting fired, and 3 is basically 3 strikes you're out. And with 3 accidents on your record, you cannot get another job until those accidents are removed, which will take another 10 years. So I'm basically not going to be driving trucks for the next 10 years. However, I'm not really planning on getting back into the field because I don't really like how much dishonesty there is in the industry. For example, they promised me I'd be making $1,200 a week, but my highest paycheck was only $720. I could actually make more money than that working at a warehouse, so I figured maybe if I could just work at a warehouse, be home every night, have enough time to do stuff I'd like to do, then it's not really worth it to drive trucks. Being so far away from home and having very little days off, and you're making literally the same amount of money. The only thing I liked about driving trucks was the vacation time. You can basically take vacation anytime you want. You just have to let them know first, in like 20 days in advance or something, to give them a chance to, schedule for that. I really regret leaving FedEx to become a truck driver, though, because that was a really good job. I always felt like I was a part of the family there. But when I started driving trucks, man, it was just terrible. Like every time I asked my fleet manager a question, he basically treated me like I was an idiot for not already knowing the answer. Even though he basically assumed because I have a license, I should know every single thing there is. However, when you're in truck driving school, they literally only cover the basics that you need to pass the test. And to pass the test, all you really have to do is know how to back up and know how to drive in a straight line. That's pretty much it. They don't really tell you a bunch of other stuff. Like, I didn't know that hitting a tree branch could damage a truck. That was one thing they did not cover. Another thing I hated was hold on. Yeah, another thing I hated was they never trained me on how to undo the loads for the trailer so that I could start unloading them. So I made my first delivery to a Family Dollar store. And I see a load bar in the back of the trailer, and I don't know how to undo it because no one covered that. Not in school, not in training, not ever. So obviously the store manager is looking at me like I'm an idiot because I don't know how to undo the load so I can start unloading the trailer. And of course that's very frustrating. Another thing I didn't like was when I was at that same store in New Britain, Connecticut. Because the parking lots in Family Dollar stores are very small, you tend to have to park at weird angles to get the truck where you need it. And the way I had to park to make a delivery to this one, the truck was basically blocking the entrance to the store that was next door to it. Then the store manager gets mad at me for that, and I try to explain to him, "Hey, I'm making a delivery. I have to have it parked like that." He asks me, "Why can't you park it at that angle?" And then I explain to him, because this parking lot is so small. If I parked it at that angle, I wouldn't be able to get out of the parking lot without the trailer running over a bush, which would greatly damage the air lines. It sounds like he understands, so I go back and start unloading the trailer. Then while I'm unloading the trailer, the manager at that store takes his car. Then he parks it right in front of my truck so I can't move, and I'm literally stuck there all day. And that's another thing I didn't like about truck driving. In fact, that was the last straw. I was gonna quit if they didn't fire me by the end of that month. Anyway, the reason why I haven't been uploading videos is because I accidentally broke my laptop when trying to plug it into the truck to charge it. Turns out there are different types of chargers. The wrong type of charger will destroy the laptop. I wish I had known that sooner. Anyway, after I got fired, I tried to collect unemployment, but then, like I said, there's a lot of dishonesty in the industry. When I tried to collect unemployment, they basically lied to unemployment and said I purposefully violated the company policy, even though that's not the reason why I was fired. In fact, I never even violated the company policy. I just got into accidents, and that's why they fired me. They tried to say that I backed up too close to the store. However, they did not mention the 5 feet rule, which basically says that you're not supposed to get any closer than 5 feet up the store. If they had told me that, I would have known when they told me to back up closer to the store that I was too close, and I would have told them, no, I can't back up any further than that. But no one bothered to tell me this. So I was just basically trying to do whatever the customer told me to do, which ultimately ended in the end of my career. So anyway, I wasn't able to collect unemployment because they lied about the reason why I was fired. Because of that, I didn't have any money. I ended up losing my car as well. So now I'm trying to save up enough money to get a car so that so I won't have to take the bus to and from work, which, while I used to not mind riding the bus, the thing I don't like is it only takes 27 minutes to drive to this job, but it takes like an hour and 40 minutes by bus, and sometimes the bus taking me home is late because of traffic jams and everything. So yeah, that takes a while. Anyway, I found a car that I have enough money to buy. Next week I'm gonna buy it if it's still for sale, and then after that I can work towards getting a laptop, which will probably take a few weeks after I can get the car. And also, I would not recommend driving trucks to anyone who is thinking about doing that. For one thing, I have a $10,000 loan debt that I cannot pay off because I got fired. I told the school there's no way I'd be able to pay this off. So I actually wasn't going to go through with it, but then they told me, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that. The company's going to pay it off because of tuition reimbursement." But then, unfortunately, I lost my job, and now I'm still stuck with the debt. And I can't get another job as a truck driver because of my accident record. Oh, and about training. This is how training works in the trucking industry. Basically, you drive for 11 hours while the trainer is in the back sleeping. Then the trainer drives for 11 hours while you're in the back sleeping. There's never a time where you're both awake, so you actually have the opportunity to learn stuff. I was really bad with mud flaps when I was driving trucks. I was literally losing 1 to 2 mud flaps every single week. Probably, if they had a better system for training drivers, I could have known of a way to avoid losing mud flaps. Like, every single time I backed up, I lost a mud flap, it seemed like. Okay. Anyway, I'm not leaving trains if that's what anyone's thinking. I am still working on lots of more projects. I'm working on announcement sound effects for the New York City subway cars, as well as the New Jersey Transit. I'm working on New Jersey Transit bogie sounds and Amtrak bogie sounds. I'm also working on trying to make a bus that you can actually drive with a real interior and doors that open and close. And I'm going to try to make it so all the controls work so you can actually use the controls to open the door and everything else, as well as the four-way flashes and turn signals and windshield wipers. And I'm gonna make it so you can actually pull the stop request cord to make the bell ring and everything. Hopefully. That's as soon as I figure out how to script that into the game. I'm also working on a route for New York Penn Station, as well as 34th Street Penn Station, the subway stop underneath it. I'm also working on a fictional route that basically takes place on a tropical suburban island with a bunch of trams and subways and stuff. And the island is going to be a volcanic island, and is actually going to be a mission where the volcano threatens to erupt and you have to use your infrastructure to evacuate the population. So yeah, that's going to be cool. Anyway, hopefully I can get a laptop and start working on these projects. Oh yeah, I'm also working on some railroad crossing sound effects so that you can edit the grade crossings and insert your own sounds into them. So yeah, I am still working on some projects that I plan on getting started as soon as I get a laptop. Hopefully I can get one before Thanksgiving, but there's no telling how long it's going to take. Also, I plan on riding the Acela Express again in the future, and so I can hopefully get some better bogey sounds of it traveling at higher speeds, because it doesn't travel that fast between Philadelphia and New York, where I was going earlier. I'm going to try to ride it all the way to Boston next time, because I know it goes fast in that area. Well, anyway, this is just basically to reassure you that I'm not leaving trains. I am still working on projects, and I just had to deal with a few minor setbacks, and that's the reason why I haven't uploaded anything lately. So, goodbye for now, until the next project I start on.